the House and who indeed forms the majority side. The formation of an independent body to manage Kenya's capital city in March 2020 was no surprise to many, considering the rundown services which even the then Governor Mike Sonko could not fix. The appointment of the Nairobi Metropolitan Service office and a military man, General Mohammed Badi, as the Director General, not only put him on a collision course with politicians and cartels, but also on how to fix the city to its former self in the shortest time possible. Tonight we revisit Badi's 2 years in office as he heads to retirement.
Nairobi Metropolitan Services, a citizen-centric public service, or if you like, an independent body, was formed on March 9th, 2020, following an agreement that led to the transfer of 4 core functions from Nairobi City County government to the national government. The man appointed in charge of this initiative was Lieutenant Major General Mohammed Badi. Badi says his appointment to office by former President Uhuru Kenyatta was a challenge of trade from military man to a politician.
Because from day one, you start fighting with politicians.
However, he managed to achieve a lot in a short period. To Badi, the most challenging assignment from his boss is when the country reported its first COVID-19 case.
Within 2 weeks of my appointment, the first COVID case was discovered in Nairobi. So I was called by the president, and he just told me, do whatever you can, but COVID must not spread in Nairobi.
Badi says his military training knowledge played a bigger role. First, he assessed the situation on how to contain the virus in a 4 million people capacity city. His main worry was how to contain the spread of the virus in the city slums.
I went round the slums and there was no single hospital. There was no water, running water. So I started saying myself, how do I go on television and tell people to wash your hands when there is no water? So I went back to the president and I said, I have to build boreholes because there is no water in any of the slums. At least Mathare and Kibera had some NGOs building some boreholes, which are not enough. Now, with a 500,000 population, how does a 10-bed dispensary help? So I went back to the president with 2 tasks. 1, there is no hospital. 2, there is no water. He just laughed at me and he said, you are a military person.
Nevertheless, Badi is a proud man who believes in placing his best foot forward while on duty.
So these hospitals will be built within 90 days, and I want to see 100 boreholes built within 90 days. Believe me, in 80 days we built 100 boreholes within 90 days.
A success story that Badi largely attributes to his stay in India a while back and also his interaction with the people in the said country. While in college in India, a friend he met challenged him by putting up a perimeter wall within 12 hours in an unbelievable circumstances.
Cement takes 21 days to cure. And here is an Indian general telling me there'll be a wall the following day. So we just assume it's a normal talk. We jogged back to the college. And you know, the following morning there was a wall. From that day, I was inspired that there is nothing impossible in this world.
With the new Nairobi County boss, Johnson Arthur Sakaja, in office, possibility of the Nairobi Metropolitan Services fizzling out are high, with Badi perhaps going back to the barracks or for retirement or being accommodated in the new administration.
Anything can be done in the shortest time possible.
Irene Mchuma Odem, Sunday Express.
Lieutenant General Mohammed